Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, as you guys see on the screen, give me our reaction to this so-called bishop lady, if that's a thing. Her, I guess, call herself addressing Trump. But we're gonna take a look at it together, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on it. All right.
Let me make one final plea, Mr. President. Millions have put their trust in you. And as you told the nation yesterday, you have felt the providential hand of a loving God. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation, but the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here. Our God teaches us that we are to be merciful to the stranger, for we were all once strangers in this land. May God grant us the strength and courage to honor the dignity of every human being, to speak the truth to one another in love, and walk humbly with each other and our God for the good of all people in this nation and the world. Unity.
I'm gonna stop it right there.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you.
Okay, my thoughts on that. First thing first. America is a fallen state. I'm gonna say that. I'm just come out and say it. First of all, I'm gonna get biblical with this for a second. Well, I'm just gonna get biblical, period, right? Because she's in a church setting. She's taking on a role as a bishop, right? So mistake number one, there is no such thing as a female bishop. And I'm going to show you this in scripture, just to show that I'm not just nitpicking. I'm going to show you this, right? 1 Timothy chapter 3. And a lot of us familiar with this, right? But listen what it says. We're going to start at verse 1. 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. I know it's a little small. Let me blow it up. Well, hold on. Okay. Verse 1 said, "This is a true saying. If a man, keyword man, desires the office of a bishop, he, another keyword, he, desires a good work. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband, another keyword, husband, of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach, not given to wine, no striker, not greedy or filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, not not covetous. Right? Verse 4, one that ruleth well his, keyword his, own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity. For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of God? Not a novice, lest being lifted up with pride, he fall into the condemnation of the devil. Moreover, he must have a good report of them which are without, lest he fall into reproach and the snare of the devil. Now, I'm asking you guys, do that sound like she's a bishop?
No.
Right? She's more concerned about gay and lesbian because
Utter such blasphemy.
concerned about gay and lesbian because what's on your heart will come out first. The Bible says out of the heart, the mouth speak it. So that was on her heart first. It's not about the people, what we're gonna call them illegals. It's not about the illegals that was shipped in under the Biden administration in the middle of the night. That was paid for by taxpaying American citizens. May I add, Secretary Mayorkas, I'm pretty sure he was the paymaster behind that. From the documentaries that I saw, he was the one to go to for the payments. So all of our money that was being tied up, there wasn't enough money to give the people in North Carolina, assistance and all that stuff like that. Because there was no money left in FEMA, what they said. Because all of it went to the foreigners. Right? So she's not going to plea for the ones who got murdered. Let's get justice for the American citizens that's been murdered by the illegals. No. That wasn't her agenda. She said what her agenda was from the jump street, right? And the little girls who are trafficked across the border. Where's the outcry for them? You're supposed to be a woman of the cloth, right? You're supposed to care about the people, but you're not showing that. You show where your heart lies. Let me say that, or where your I can't seem to find a word what I'm looking for, but she's more interested in that. She's more interested in the illegals, about working people that I guess clean your businesses, the agricultural workers, stuff like that. Okay, last time I checked, if I'm not mistaken, they have what they call a work visa. They do it all the time. They bring people from foreign countries, bring them over to America to work. They give them a work visa so they can come and work and provide for their family. But you lost that when you came over here illegally. So you can't get mad and point the finger at Trump. You point the finger at Biden. That's where it come from. We have to hold those account to the ones who did it. We can't point the finger at the ones who's trying to fix the issue. No. We must criticize the ones who caused it, right? But that was not her intention. That was not her focus. Her focus should have been a Christ-centered message. But she took love to a whole new level, right? And if you're going to be biblical, right? When you're talking about the illegals that came over, at least be scriptural with it, right? Because the Bible lets us know you got to obey the laws of the land. So they did not obey the laws of the land. They came in the dark of night. Anytime you go somewhere, you can't come through the front door. You're not supposed to be there, right? So I'm gonna get another scripture. Go to Romans 13. Make it bigger so you guys can read. It's highlighted in purple. Romans 13 and verse 1. Let every person be subject to the governing authorities. For there is no authority except from God, and those that exist have been instituted by God. Therefore, whoever resists the authorities resists what God has appointed. And those who resist will incur judgment. For rulers are not a terror to good conduct, but to bad. Would you have no fear of the one who is in authority? Then do what is good, and you will receive his approval. For he is God's servant for your good. But if you do wrong, be afraid, for he does not bear the sword in vain, for he is the servant of God, in anger who carries out God's wrath on the wrongdoer. Therefore, one must be in subjection, not only to avoid God's wrath, but also for the sake of conscience. See, right there is telling you, first mistake you guys made, you didn't obey the laws of the land. Had you came in through the front door, seek asylum or whatever you want to call it, that's no issue. But the fact you guys snuck in or got smuggled in, let me say that, the Biden administration smuggled you guys in. He went against the laws of the land. Therefore, you guys can't get upset when Trump starts sending out the ICE to round people up. Because first of all, you guys knew better. You guys was forewarned before Trump took office. He let it be known. There was no secret. He didn't just appear out of nowhere and do it like Obama did. Oh yeah, we don't want to talk about that. Yeah, that's what Obama did. There was no warning. He deported more foreigners than any president we ever had. What they call him? The deporter in chief. But it's not about Obama. We talking about this situation right here. As you guys did right, and she should have appointed you guys, since she cared about you guys so much, she should have appointed you guys to Romans 13 and 1. Since I'm assuming, I guess she know the Bible. I mean, I don't think she know. I think she know it, but she just refused to obey it, first of all. The bottom line, she is in rebellion. I can't explain this no other way. I showed you in scripture where there's no female bishop. Bishop was always male. She's talking about the workers as if they're being mistreated. They're not being mistreated. All they say, all Trump is saying, come in legally, come in the right way, apply for a work visa, do it the right way. And besides, I think he was more going after the criminals than anything. But if you got to round them all up to get rid of the criminals, then have everybody come back in the right way, then there's no issue. But you guys don't want to talk about that. You guys just want to point fingers, make it seem like everything he's doing is bad and evil. I looked at a lot of these things he just signed the other day. He had some good stuff in there. There was some good stuff that he signed into law. Or he made executive orders, some good things. Like when he did, when he cut off foreign, when he put a stop to foreign aid for 90 days, that's a good thing. We need to take care of home first. We're messed up here inside of our country. We need to make sure we're okay before we can try to take care of another country. Now, I don't think he did it for all the countries, foreign aid, because I think Israel still get foreign aid, which I think that shouldn't be allowed because Israel is a foreign country. Yeah, I don't care how you spin it or twist it. It's a foreign country, just like the rest of these countries are. So they shouldn't get no special privilege. If you do one, if you do for one, you got to do for all. You can't be biased. I got to be honest, because I'm here to be honest. I don't want to pass I don't want to get nobody a pass. If Trump doing something good, I'm gonna call it good. If he's doing something that I don't like, that I think is bad, I'm gonna call that out. That's just what it is. I'm not a full-fledged Republican, not a full-fledged Democrat. I like to lean more I like to believe I'm independent, but I lean more towards conservative. I got to be honest with you. I lean more towards conservative because they align more with my values, my biblical principles and stuff like that. But you got to call for what it is. If you see wrong, call it out. But that's my thought. I mean that's pretty much my thought on this video with this lady. This so-called bishop lady person. Yeah. I said enough. I'm not out of words. I'm just done talking about this right here. But hey, man, I'm going to see you guys in the next video. If you like what you heard, just hit that like button. Give me a comment. Subscribe. For you guys who's going to watch it. I don't get many views. I'm still trying to work this thing up. I'm still trying to figure this YouTube thing out. I thought I have it figured out by now, but I guess not. But hey, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. I'm out.